struggling to restore basic services days after the floods, which caused widespread devastation. Another 500 military personnel have today joined the search and clean-up operations. The Valencia region was hit by an entire year's worth of rainfall in just a few hours. It triggered flash floods and swollen rivers. Many roads, bridges and rail tracks have also been destroyed, while power and internet continues to be disrupted. From Valencia, Bethany Bell reports.
The scale of these floods is devastating. This is the worst natural disaster in Spain's recent history. Volunteers are out in force, walking long distances to help with the clean-up. At a food distribution centre in the town of Aldaya, volunteers and officials have provided water, nappies, bread and other food. Many of the towns around here don't have... Augustin says the ground floor flat where he lived with his wife and 2 children was... So many people are still unaccounted for. Augustin told me the army is searching for several people believed to be dead in a garage next to his parents' home. The death toll just keeps on rising.
So they can get in there, because at the moment the only way to get in there is airlifting people out, which is fine when you know they are alive. But as we've seen, people have been stuck in their cars and their homes, and the fear is from the authorities when they get into those remote areas that they haven't been able to access at the moment, they are sadly going to find more people that have died, which will mean that the death toll will rise in this disaster, which is the worst in Spanish history since 1973.
And Nikki, there have been more flood warnings in different areas today as well, hasn't there?
Yeah, there have been. So there was a red alert in one area of the country, Huelva, but that has been downgraded now to an amber alert. But there was a lot of concern that there was going to be torrential rain there. And there are other areas that have got these alerts on at the moment. Here in the city centre last night, it rained and it just made the mud much worse. So the authorities really worried about those weather forecasts, because as you can imagine, if you have more rain on top of what is already happened, then there could be the potential for even more flooding.
And just a final thought, Nikki, because with all of what you've described, they're also trying to restore power to so many areas still disrupted, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So this area that I am in, about a kilometre up the road, there is no power at all. Mobile phone signal very poor, and so they haven't been able to cook a hot meal in 3 days. They haven't been able to have, say, a hot shower. And what the authorities are doing here to help with that is they brought a chef in who is going to be cooking hot food at the local church here so that people can get a hot meal. But also people have been bringing supplies, water, food and